Good morning and welcome in. Oh, I've just seen that you've asked to join the Ducky Starters, Caroline. I'll sort that out when we've come off of this live. So, hello everybody. Welcome in on this, whatever the day is today, Wednesday. Oh, I've just found. That's it. Excuse me if that was a funny noise, but I'd lost the little fluffy bit off the end of my little spongy bit off the end of my microphone, and I've just spotted it on the floor, so that's reattached now. So good morning. Who have we got with us this morning so far? Caroline, morning. Div, Lisa, and Beryl. Morning, everybody. So my name is Helen Jennings. If I haven't introduced myself, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, and we come in 9 o'clock of a morning and have a bit of a play. Now yesterday we were playing with the garage gears thing, so we were sort of going down a bit more of a masculine route, and I was thinking about what the masculine sets we'd got, and we've obviously in the new catalogue got the World of Good suite. And I thought, well, shall we play with that? So let's have a little quick look at the World of Good. That sounds like that's a big task, isn't it, for a morning, looking at the World of Good. But this is this lovely set that's got sort of embossing folders, really nice papers with the brass embossing on that fabulous old world paper. Embossing folder, some nice suede ribbon, really nice, but sort of really masculine colours, great fun. Cinnamon cider, bumblebee, crumb cake, mossy meadow, moonlight, early espresso, and then brass foil is the colour palette in that suite. And it's got this great stamp set in it that's got the globes in wherever you are, whichever side of the globe you're. Excellent, Caroline. Sorry, just reading messages. Caroline got to see her parents yesterday in the garden. That's good. It's good for your soul, isn't it, to meet up with people. So we've got this fabulous stamp set with the globes and the quill and compasses and things, and the dies that go with that. So a really lovely suite. But as I was thinking about it, I thought, well, actually, we will go down that route, but we won't go down that route. I thought we'd have a look at this morning at the Memory and More angle, because in amongst this suite of products there is also a pack of Memory and More cards. So I thought we'd have a little look at those and see what we could play with those this morning. So I've opened this out on the Memory and More page. Now our Memory and More selection has probably gone down a little bit from what it was. We no longer do the big 12 by 12 albums. We just stock now these smaller 6 by 8 albums. Now mine is not got photographs in it. It's got my old diary inserts in there. But this is the album that's here. So you get this lovely album with like this sort of black fabricy side on it with a little bit that you can put what's in there, and obviously you can then, because these are sort of hardwood, you can paint them, you can stamp on them, you can add papers to them, you can make them as you will. You can really decorate these up, so they're nice solid albums. So we still sell the 6 by 8 albums, and obviously we still sell the pockets that go with them. So the range of pockets that we get, you get one that's a full pocket. So that is we'll take a full sheet of card. That probably isn't quite big enough, and it's actually upside down. So that will take the whole sheet of card in there. So that makes quite a nice front page if you're doing a particular album for something in it specifically. It makes quite a nice front page. You then get 2 of these that are half pages. So they're 6 by 4s, 2 6 by 4s there. So that will take a full-size photo in each of those. You then get 3 like this that are quarter pages, if you like. So that will take 4 3x4 pictures or cards or whatever you're going to put in there. Then you get 3 that are, where's my other one gone? Here. No, that wasn't the 4 one. So where's the 4 one gone? I've got one somewhere that's 4 of these. This one isn't the 4 one. This one is 2/4 ones at the top and a half at the bottom. You get 3 of those, and then this one is a half at the top and 2/4 at the bottom, and you get 3 of those. So I don't know what I've done with my one that's got 4/4 in. Oh, here it is. I knew I'd got them all out. So those are the variety of pockets you can now get to go in your albums. We also do a variety of cards bases. So we've got the white ones. So these are the Memory and More cards and envelopes, and these are sized perfectly to fit the cards that you get in the pack. So this little card here, if you've got one of those folded, you can pop one of your little cards from your pack on there, and it will fit on there beautifully with just a little bit of a border. So you get that general idea. And obviously with those cards, and they're a good weight cardstock, you also get your envelopes to go with them. So that's that little set. That's half of the pack, and the other half of the pack is the full size card. So these are slightly bigger than our standard card, because they do fit a 6x4 card. So let me just grab one of the 6x4 cards, and you can see just the same, that will sit on the front with a bit of a border. So they are slightly bigger than our standard card size, so you need to be careful with your envelopes because they too are slightly bigger. It's not a huge amount. It would be very easy to get them mixed up with your standard envelopes, but they are slightly bigger. So those are the white ones, and then we have also at the moment got these in colour ones, like this. So you've got one of each, you get 2 of each. So a Bumblebee, a Just Jade, a Magenta Madness, Cinnamon Cider, ooh, and a Misty Moonlight. And then you get these really lovely envelopes with the coloured inserts as well. So those are the other set of Memory and More cards and envelopes you can get at the moment. So quite a nice little selection of things you can get in the Memory and More range, because the idea is that you use these cards both for creating your memory albums with your photos and things, but also that you can then use them to create cards. You can use them to create home decor pieces. Excuse me, a bit of a runny nose this morning, and itchy eyes. So the pollen count must be a bit high this morning. So yeah, so memories and more. It's not just for your memory albums, it's for so much more. There's lots that you can do with them. So I thought we'd have a bit of a play, as I say, with the World of Good Memory and More cards today. And they are gorgeous. So these are, you get this little set in the packs. You get quite a few of these that are just foiled. So these are one-sided, but they are foiled. Travel, work, play, travel, repeat. That says, it's beautiful, isn't it? And you've got your world. That's lovely. That'd make a gorgeous background, wouldn't it? You've got this one here that is very similar to the paper pack. We used a bit like that yesterday, didn't we? And then your black globe there, just all foiled with that brass foil. So those are lovely. You get 6 of those. You then get 4 sets of stickers and things, and they're all different. So previously there'd been sort of 2 of each, but these are all different. Discover, Dream. So again, that's that brass foiling. You can stamp what you like on these. You've got some sort of banners and flashes and things. Travel. Nice greeting. You've got all these little sort of globes and compass type images on those little stickers just there, and then some more foiling here. You've got some of those strips, you've got some quills, you've got some brass globes, just really nice. nice elements, finishing touches to whatever you're doing. And then of course you get your cards, and I've just grabbed half of a pack of each here so that you can see them. So this one has already got that sort of layered effect on it. There you've got your telescope, some script. I think the world of you. This is quite nice. This is sort of Europe around here, and then you've got this place in the middle that you could be writing on or putting something on. Again, it looks like it's been torn and layered up. Enjoy the journey. Oh no, we are right. Dominion of, that says. So yeah, that's United States. This one was quite exciting. When I looked at this one this morning, I've not really looked at it before, but this is actually the UK. And if we zoom in, where are we? There we are. There we are. We're on the card. So that was quite exciting. So there we are. That sort of gives you an indication of where we are in the UK. We are actually on that card. Yeah, so that was quite nice. And then on the back there, I quite like that sort of faded, grungy look. And you've got the sort of more like the ancient world on there. The world is yours. Really nice sort of cards for, and life is an adventure. For people who are going out, doing new things, perhaps going off to university, starting new jobs. Dream, discover, explore. Life is meant for adventures. Explore more. Nice world map just there. It's never too late in life to have an adventure. There's your bucket list. You make the world a better place. There we go, both sides of the globe there. Day to remember. I love the way they've sort of got these sort of torn images. Reach for the stars. There's that work, play, travel, repeat again. Be the change you wish to see in the world. That's nice, isn't it? And so the adventures begins. Quite nice, isn't it? You've got that script. Today's adventure, dream big. Our journey. Today was a great day. There we are, some more. Globes, what a wonderful world. Dare to live the life you've always wanted. There again is a map. Some more of that sort of torn paper effect. The world cracks open for those willing to take a risk. They're really nice, and you can see lots of potential for cards. Also sort of home decor-y pieces there as well. Particularly if you were doing something for sort of a man's office or study or something, there would be a bit of potential there for creating things for Father's Day. So let us. Which was the cards that I saw, and I thought, ooh, might have a play with that one. Let's have a flick through. It'll be right at the beginning, won't it? That was the one. See, I told you it'd be right at the beginning. I was going to take that one, and there's not so many of these. It won't take me quite so long to find it. And I thought to take this one. So that's the right way, because you've got the words North Sea there. Hi, Jane. And I quite like this card just here with these sort of torn paper image and that faint globe in the background. Now, shall we go? Just wondering whether to go for a white card base or whether to have a bit of a misty moonlight. Quite nice. That frames that quite nicely, doesn't it? And I was thinking with this, we could perhaps offset that a little bit like this and bring in some of these elements just here. As I was playing earlier, my thought was I was going to take this foil strip just here, cut it down the middle. Ooh, lift that off. So if I position that so it's 2 of these little squares up and 2 of these little squares in, I would sit this just take it slightly over that square so that it's sitting underneath that card. Ooh. It's a flash coming out there, and then we'll take the other half and do the same coming this way. Then we've got a bit of a flash of copper foiling coming out either side of that. I obviously cut that a bit wonky, but that's okay. Let's grab some. No, I'm going to stick it down flat because the other thing I thought I might put in there. So you get 2 of each of, so the main cards, you get 2 of each. I've just picked out 1 of each so that we could see the complete set as it was. But you do get 2 of each. So a flash of the brass coming top and bottom. And then I did quite like this, find joy in the journey. And that's going to stick on there. And we can have that coming just there. I'll stick this on our card front. So it's quite a nice flat card for popping in the post. Would be a really nice card for somebody who is so starting a new job, or just sort of going off to university, or anything sort of a little bit different like that, that they're going off on a new adventure of some sort. I add in just a couple of these little one more for luck. So really quick and easy, simple card, just using a couple of those cards and a few of the little stickers. So I've not done any stamping, I've not cut any paper. It's just one of the Memory and More cards and a couple of little cards out the pack to create that sort of quick and simple card. And that's why they're so fabulous, because you can do that. So, you know, you don't need to dismiss them because you're a card maker and you never do any, never do anything with your photos. Don't dismiss them out of hand, because they do make, hi Karen, hi Jane, they make really useful toppers for quick and simple cards. But I did think we'd grab a couple of these bits just here. Oh, let's pop that there. And I think we'll go with, I'm going to take the 2 that are sort of quarters. So this one has got 2 quarter pieces at the top and a full half piece on the bottom, and this one is the other way round. So obviously if they were going to go in our album, if we were doing a double spread, they would sit like that. So that's how we'll do them. Now I was thinking, what photos have I got that I could quickly grab and put in an album like this. Now here's a bit of a disclaimer. I have done very little world travel, aside from a couple of I've done now 3 European on stages. So I've been to Brussels, to Amsterdam, and I went to Germany, went to Dortmund last November. So those 3 trips abroad. I did a trip abroad when I was at school. I went on a French trip with the school fairly early on when I was about 11 or 12. Other than that, the only time I've ever been abroad is I won an award that was being run by a national magazine here in the UK, a magazine called Prima magazine, and we're running a childcare award thing, and I came out as Prima Child Carer of the Year, and I think that was 2001, 2002, and our prize for that was a trip to a European city of our choice, and we chose to go to Vienna. So that's the only time that my husband and I have been out of the country together. So not a great deal of foreign travel has gone on in this household, but I've grabbed some pictures, some holiday pictures. So they're not actually, anywhere overseas. They're actually down in Cornwall. But I thought, well, they're sort of looking as if we've been away somewhere. They would have to do. Okay, so let's have a little look and see what cards we would like to use to pop in. So perhaps the ones with the world on aren't quite so appropriate. I might go with work, play, travel, repeat. Let's just lay one of those down on there. And we'll have a little look. I might not use all of my photos because I've got one that's sort of coming across this way, so perhaps I'll put that one up there. Got one with donkeys on. How's that? That's looking almost, as if I've left the world, left the country. Today was a great day. That would be a good little card to put in there, wouldn't it? So I could do a bit of journaling on there about what happened during that day to make it a great day. Let's have a little flick through some more. So I quite like, we've got the black and the cinnamon cider just there. So we could add in a bit more black and cinnamon cider over here to sort of balance that out. Now the other photo that I've got is actually not a 6x4. It is 3x4, but it's going the other way. But I could mount that onto that card just there to have that. And then let's have another flick through and see our journey. Not really a journey, was it? It might be dream, discover, explore. That might work quite nicely. So you can see how those memory and more cards, if you are coming to put your sort of holiday photos in an album, how quite quickly you can come up with something that looks quite nice, very pleasing to the eye. And it just is a question of slipping in photos. So, we can pop the photo in there. We could write on there a little bit, perhaps add on a couple of stickers. won't stick this photo on just because I shall put it back in the album that it came from. So we could stick that photo on there, pop that in the back there, have that mounted on there. Could possibly have a bit of one of those banners or something going on. We'll pop this big photo in here, and then these ones can come in here. It's finding the slots. Oh, this one is going to be, the slot's going to be that way because this is the front one, and we'll have that little one in there. So suddenly we have a nice double spread album with our pictures of our holiday, a little bit about what we were doing, perhaps a few little stickers. We could perhaps put some gems on. We could come in, we could put a little bit of flash of bronze on somewhere, or some of this little flash of this could perhaps come across the front of that photo. Oh, lost a little bronze bit just there. We could have perhaps some of these corners or something going on here or in this photo, just to add that sort of colour in there. So you can soon add in little bits and make your holiday photos come to life and be something that you really want to go back and enjoy time and time again. So don't leave your photos on your phone. Get them off of your phone, print them. There's so many companies now that you can have 40 free prints a month or whatever. You certainly can here in the UK. Get them printed off, get them home, get them popped into some albums, grab your Memory and More cards and make something of them. Don't leave them on your phone, because this is something that you can write all on this and it becomes a family heirloom then. You know, generations to come, your grandchildren can look back and laugh at what you looked like. And the other nice thing is that when we turn these over now, because these are double-sided cards, so we could use that as the basis for that page and just perhaps put in a couple of photos, or another card can go in there. And then here on this side, look, the world cracks open for those who are willing to take a risk. And there's that little quill all ready to go. Yeah, so you could have a photo in there of I don't know, somebody on their first day of their job, or somebody heading off onto an adventure, or whatever it is. So yeah, don't leave your photos on your phone. Get them off. Let's have them in your albums. Let's have them being shared. Now, let's do another card. Where are we? Oh, we've got lots of time. Quite like that one. I think the world view. I think what I might do with that one is chop it, because I can. I'm going to line up that line just there and chop it. And I'm going to turn round and line up that line just there and chop it. I think what I'll do with those is I'm going to turn these bits round, and suddenly we've got a very different look to that card. And I might trim it off on the sides a little bit as well, just to make it a little narrower. Yes, well done. Yes, Div, it is indeed Clavelli. Now these card fronts, let's measure them. So this bigger card front actually measures about 6¼ inches. So that is going to be about 5 3/4. In fact, let's make it 5 3/4, and then we'll know that's what it is. And then coming back the other way, I expect it's probably 4 1/4. Yes. So let's make this 4. No, we won't. We'll make it 3 3/4, and then we're a 1/2 inch smaller on each side. Yes. So that's quite good, because that will be, that's 3 3/4. Let's make this 3 1/2. So this one I can just trim. This one I might need to take a bit off each side. If I come down this line just here. That shouldn't have taken quite so much off of that side, but that's okay. And that line just there. Okay. So this now will hopefully sit on there. Oh no, we haven't trimmed a bit off the bottom, have we? Let's take a bit off of this. So that will be 6. And we need it to be 5 1/2. So I need to trim 1/2 inch off there. There's quick maths going on in my head here. Spot on. Okay, let's fold this. This is one, as I say, one of the Memory and More card bases that are they're sized to just fit these cards so that you can just use them. So, you know, great, you could take a pack of the cards in envelopes, pack of the cards, and some glue or something with you, and sit and have a play, make cards up to your heart's content. It's like a little kit. I'll sit that fairly loosely. I'm not going to press that down until I've put the top and bottom on. Hi Gina. I was talking to a lady yesterday who doesn't do Facebook very often. She went, I came across your live the other day and I clicked on it and suddenly you said hello to me. How did that happen? I said, your name pops up to say that you're there. And if I spot it, I try and say hello. Freaked her out a bit. Big brother is watching you. Right, let's come in here. We've got this nice brown flash just here that we could add in. That's very wonky, Helen. They are quite forgiving in terms of, I think we may have gone wonky the other way, but that's fine. What shall we have in there? Shall we have a... Oh, there's that other little corner. I wonder where that had gone. Let's pop that back here. Perhaps have one of these going on just there. There we are. Two cards. So you could have that one as a Father's Day card, couldn't you, if you wanted to? I think the world of you. Let's do a little card. Oh, I'm on a roll now. You make the world a better place. That's lovely, isn't it? You'd quite like somebody to say that about you, wouldn't you? There's no reason, of course, why you can't add in papers and things from the pack. Ooh, we got a little bit of that. It's quite nice, isn't it? We could add some of that in, couldn't we? So let's have a look how big these cards are. Are they going to be 4 1/4 by 3 1/4? Yes, they are. That was a very good guess, Helen. In that case, we will make this 4 by 3, which is what the size of that card is. So we'll take this and we'll trim a little bit off either side. If I take 1/8 of an inch off that side and 1/8 of an inch off that side and 1/8 of an inch from the top and 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. And I think we'll have those going on a bit of a wonk. This is the sort of card you could... Hi Jackie, hi Glenda. We're playing with the Memory and More cards. So Memory and More cards and the cards and envelopes and the scrapbook pages and all that stuff, and just how easy it is to create some nice and quick and easy cards. I'm going to just wiggle that a little bit so that we've got it on a bit of a skew with, so we've got that flash of the world coming either side, and then I'm going to take this and leave that bit behind, or is it all coming together? Oh, it's all coming together, that's fine. We'll have this sitting on the bottom here, pointing upwards. This one sitting on the top, pointing downwards. And I actually take one of these never easy cutting circles so that they still look like circles, but we'll give it a go. Could have possibly dug out my circle dies and seen which one might have fitted that. Let me do that. Not bad. And we'll have one of those sitting up there, I think. Oh, I'm molting all over the place. So, what have we got so far? Let's have a look. We've got our little card that you could pop in to your beloved's lunchbox. I think the world of you. Find joy in the journey. It's quite nice, isn't it? Got your holiday photos in your album. We've done all of that in less than 3/4 of an hour, so we've still time to have a play with something else. I think we should do something with this one. And the fact that it's got us on it. So there we are, just there. So I've almost want that one that says there's no place like home. Travel the world, but come back home. That's what we want, isn't it? Could perhaps take this would be quite a fun card to send to somebody who did live locally. So there we are. That's where I live, just there in Wellingborough. I'm going to put that little pointy bit just there. I'm then going to take the outer edge and lift up that outer edge. I'm probably going to need to snip this. I think these sorts of card kits, Glenn was just saying that she loves them. I think they bring out a different sort of creativity, really. It is about, I've got all these bits. What shall I put where? So you can leave it incredibly simply. Or you can start getting incredibly quirky. So travel the world, but always come home. What have we got that we could add on to that? Put a little travel up there. I think somewhere I've got some Mossy Meadow cardstock. So let's grab another of these. So again, we know we've got a little bit of room to play. So apologies to anybody that this side of the UK, I'm about to chop you off. Come down 1/4 of an inch, I think. And shall I take 1/4 of an inch from the top or from the bottom? I think possibly from the bottom, just because I quite like the fact that we've got this the shape of the UK. Then if we take it off the bottom, we're going to lose a little bit of that shape at the top there. And then I'm able just to trim a little bit from this one. I'm going to literally take a slither off the top there, and then we'll come in and take off 1/8 of an inch, hopefully either side. We might lose a slither of the United States. Really sorry guys if I've just chopped you off slightly. Then I'm going to cut this card here, so that I'm going to cut a piece of Mossy Meadow, so that's 6 by 4, and then I'm going to chop a bit that is 3 by 4, and that will just then, that moved a little bit, will just give those cards a bit of a frame and a bit of a pop. There we are. So if you'd got a friend that was about to travel off round the world, here's a nice card. Off you go. Enjoy your travels. Don't forget to come home. Glue's getting to the end. We're squeezing the very last bits out of it. So don't think that you can't have fun with these and get imaginative. Gotcha. Now, what did we do with our dimensionals? I don't know is the answer to that question. Let's grab some more. Probably buried them in my pile of cards. So this isn't the only Memory and More pack that's in the catalogue this time. We've also got the Flowers for Every Season, which is obviously going to be a very different feel to it. We did have a bit of a, did create a Christmas card with that. That's a bit of fun. Oh, that's that edge piece. Let's take that off of there. No, I was just wondering whether I ought to be pointing to the travel, but I don't think I'm going to. Now the other thing I've got sitting in my tray just here, I was die cutting some brass yesterday, and these little bits were leftovers. They're quite fun little spots. I might add some of those in. Could even be the places that you want to visit. Where do you want to go? Let's go to Australia. And let's we'll come down here too. Perhaps we'll have Italy. And perhaps we'll come up here. Oh, that looks a bit of a line, doesn't it? I don't know that we necessarily want it in a line. There we are. We'll randomly visit some places. We'll have a bit of a cruise just there, and excuse me. There. That's a bit of fun. So let's have a recount. So using one, well, not even one pack, because I only dug out half of, I've got all the stickers, but half of the cards. So I've got another half of these cards, so I've still got the opportunity to use the other side. That's always the thing, isn't it? Oh, if I use that side, I can't use the other side. So you've got these beautiful foiled cards. You've got the stickers. You've got this nice selection. I think there's 7, well there's 14, 7 different cards, 2 of each of the larger cards. I'm sure it was 7. And then you've got all these little cards that you can choose from. And from that pile of choice, we created 1, 2, 3 little cards, 4 little cards, 4 cards, oh, 4 cards, and a layout for our, that's better, for our scrapbook. So don't pass the Memory and More page by, because you can have a great deal of fun playing with these cards. And there, got a whole stock of masculine cards now to pass on to all of those men in our lives, whether it's Father's Days, birthdays, or just little thinking of you days. So thank you for joining me. We've been very productive this morning, and I will be back tomorrow, and we'll play with something else completely different. Who knows what? Tomorrow we'll see. Okay then, bye.